Good morning everybody, and welcome back to another quick video here today on the channel, where today we're going to be taking a look at Avengers Tower. This was a semi-recent addition to the modular collection, and right now the reason you're seeing it here with three of them and things are looking a little bit weird, such as Forbidden 5 and a pile of minifigures, is because I'm getting ready to do a city build. And as part of that, I've actually made some modifications to the Avengers Tower that I actually thought I would want to show you guys, because one of the things I've noticed is when I'm doing projects, I end up doing a lot of research for them and looking at what other people have done. And I've seen some people mess around with the interiors, but when I was looking to buy the set, in particular, I was looking at people doing combinations with Hall of Armour. So today we're going to look at a couple of small changes I've made, including the addition of a full Iron Man Hall of Armour to the third floor of the tower, which is something I wanted to see from people, and no one quite did it in the way I wanted to. We'll talk about more of that in a minute. Right now, I'm going to open up this building and get it into a much more easier position to show you when it's not collected to these guys here. I couldn't not address the Venom car though, could I? So here we have Paul Grand Venom, Carnage, and the Iron Spider all attached to the, not Iron Spider, the Iron Venom, all attached to the buggy that came in the original set, and there's sort of wall hanging on. You can see it's a little bit fragile, but basically Venom was clipped onto the back as if he's using his tendrils to connect. Oh my dear, I'm butchering all the names. That was Carnage. Anyway, it's not what we're here for today. It is very silly though. And we're going to open up the panel now to take a look at the inside of the tower, and specifically to take a look at this. So this is the Iron Man Hall of Armour. It is noticeably on the third floor. I've seen a lot of mocks that either put it in the sort of reception area, and I actually did try to replace the prison cell and do it on this level because I know obviously this is not canon. Instead though, and I'll tell you why in a second, it ended up being on this third floor here, overtaking the Tony's lab, but we were able to get a lot of that in here as well. You'll notice even, of course, the Mark rescue suit thing that came from the original set, alongside a lot of these panels and so on. But again, more on that in a second. Now, originally I wanted to put it up here on the fourth floor, but because of the way that these Technic beams attached, as this is a very tight fit, it wasn't really possible, and it's all to do with those two beams at the back here. So we kept the cell the same. There's various different scenes set up, as you saw already. We have Vision and Ultron fighting here at the top. This is a fantastic figure. I've wanted a Vision for a long time. I'm using this star piece to represent his sort of yellow laser, and I love this comic Ultron as well, although I do still need to get the one from the newer Quinjet that actually is movie Ultron. Tangents aside, it ended up being the third floor that was best suited to this, because pretty much all of the floors are the same size. They're all about 4 window panels tall, with of course this mess of plates in between the sections of 4 and 1 layer in between each stack of 2. So there wasn't too much height to work with. So I wanted to use the base of the 2019 Hall of Armour here, because that was a set that I really wanted. So I used it as an excuse, getting the Avengers Tower to pick that set up. And of course, part of that was for the suits. So you can see the Mark 1 at the top, the Mark 43 Bones, and the Mark 5 Silver Centurion. We've got the actual Avengers Tower damaged Mark 3? Mark 4? I don't remember, as well as the undamaged version on that side. And that's the Mark 50 from the Sanctum Sanctorum, the golden yellow suit, which isn't fully canon, but maybe inspired by one of the Iron Man 3 ones from the 2022 mech. The original Mark 5085, or whatever one it is that came in the 2019 Hall of Armour, which obviously inspired this. And so obviously the Mark 42 from the Ultron a Sentry attack set, the wall that was a battle pack for Iron Legion stuff. And then on the floor I have rescue parts. I am working on getting the rescue suit together. It's just been part of a various different bricklink orders when people have been doing it cheap. But I actually quite like having just a helmet off to the side to show that it's something he's working on. We kept all the other details as well. So using the 2019 stands, you get 9 of them in that set, but obviously a lot of them are taken up with various junk and so on. I knew I wanted to have a 2 stack here because that's realistically to me how I want the Hall of Armour, or remember the Hall of Armour, even though I know it is the iconic one is sort of the single sort of way around. And originally I wanted to do sort of 5, so do a rung of 5. But firstly, the angle of radius and turn there is not enough, and it was already a tight enough fit. So what I did is I used those windows still, and I built them into the support structure, which you'll notice on other floors, I think, like this one you can see is done with 2 pillars and so on. But what I was able to do is replace it with those, and then attach some of the clip bits from the 2019 Hall of Armour and actually the original set here with the transparent rods to use a lot of the supports here. Now these guys had to be fairly modified as well. In the original set, you can see they have a 4x4 plate at the bottom, these slopes, that goes up into these inverteds, into these 1x4s here as well. And then there's none of the sort of 4x4s that usually sit on top and then have the tiles on top to create the loose collections for the second floor. It goes straight to the 4x4 plate for the next layer up, which is these guys. So these guys are now built together. They are still clipped together. And then at the very top, you can just about see that it literally just goes up to the brick layer. There isn't even that plate on the top, because I kid you not, it was so unbelievably tight. And even then we still had to remove some parts that were hanging down lower. And you can see potentially that this isn't pressed down all the way. Now it is still obviously legal and level, but there is just that slight bit of disruption up the top of the ceiling. But if I give this a poke, you'll see that it is still like functional and so on. It's just a very tight fit. And there goes the rescue armor. But yeah, this conversion was really successful. Largely because it did exactly what I wanted, which was that silhouette there. Now you can see it sort of from the other tower sides as well. If I turn it around, wow, this model is heavy. Oh dear, I try not to push my my finger through the wing. And I did also fix up the Hulk smash thing, which I may take back if I'm doing modular. But yeah, it's not going to show up on camera very well because I've got a lot of shine. But you can just about see some Iron Man heads in there. And then on the blue section around the back, you can again see a couple of the suits through there, but then not much through the back because it is mostly light obstructed. But it never really mattered because all the windows were grayed out in this tower anyway. And yeah, I really like how it looks on the inside. So although unfortunately all these details and all these Iron Man suits are now kind of wasted because they're on the inside, I can't do, say, a scene where they will fly around as a squad like we see it obviously in Iron Man 3. But I still have the Iron Legion robots for that as well. And this was I was just really pleased with this floor conversion and how things turned out. I don't have particularly more to say about it, but it was something that I discovered that I had not showed you guys on the channel, and also a gap that I thought was missing because I hadn't seen anyone else do it. It was a fun implementation. Thank you to friend obviously that helped me out with this one as well. And yeah, I just really like how it looks. It's a much better use of this space to me because I always wanted a Hall of Armour in here, and I was really glad to use that as an excuse to pick up the 2019 set. You may be noticing I've just now realised why I went with this design is purely for lack of obstruction. I could have used the bigger one from 2019, which I do think looks better, but it would have just been really big and bulky, and I wanted to keep things nice and smooth on the floor. And also, where are the robot arms and dummy? Well, dummy is down here in the back of the tower, putting away the shawarma into the bin, which is just something silly that my friend did. But yeah, I really like this room, and I really like the suits. I want to collect more suits rescues up next, and we'll see where it goes. Also say hello to Vision because he's such a cool figure and totally not one of the big reasons that I wanted the Avengers Tower. Anyway, I'm going to get back to building the rest of my modular collection. I've got another 6 to build, and then hopefully after that point we're going to get a big Marvel and also normal modular city going. We're going to do 2 layouts, and you will see those both very soon on the channel. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you again very soon. Bye bye.